Yoga! What's up, Jake Paulers? Welcome back to another Fantasy League recap. It's week 5. Let's get into business. I'm tired of waiting. You're all tired of waiting. Let's get into it. All right, first off, gotta go through the trades. First trade, Gabe and Brian. Brian finally trades away Kyle Pitts, thank God. Actually does something worthwhile for his team. He trades away Kyle Pitts to Gabe, and Gabe gives Brian Robert Woods and Devin Duvernay. Now, it's not the best haul ever, but for how bad Kyle Pitts has performed, I think this is very good for Brian. I think this is going to be a typical Gabe disaster class trade that he's going to end up regretting later on in the year. But who knows? If this is typical like Brian behavior, then Kyle Pitts is going to score 30 points this week. So we'll see. Next trade, big trade between me and Zach. Now, this is one of the best trades of the week. Zach gives me Jonathan Taylor, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Alexander Mattison, and I give him Alec Pierce, Jeff Wilson, and Elijah Moore. It's not the most fair trade, I'll admit, guys, but he did the best he could. I think it's one of the more fair trades in our league. It is not like Jonathan Taylor has been RB1 this year, but we'll see how this trade turns out at the end of the year because that's what really matters right now. Who knows what any of these chumps are going to do. And then the final trade, Dallas Goedert was traded to Peter for a ham sandwich. Couldn't find a picture. Matt Stafford and Dawson Knox, so I used ham sandwich. This is a disgusting trade. Peter is a piece of shit. He has ruined the integrity of the fucking league, and we should not be allowing these type of trades to go through. Per sources, this trade was done illegally through commissioner bribing, but I won't get into that in the recap. Anyways, fuck you, Peter. You are a piece of shit, and I hope Dallas Goedert tears his ACL. Okay, no, I don't hope he tears it. I hope Dallas Goedert retires mid-season. That's what I hope, because fuck you. Anyways, waiver warrior of the week, there was not a lot to choose from, but Tom Brady put up 19 points, which is pretty good for him. And waiver wiener, Brian picked up Will Dissly, only put up 4.1 points, because he's not that great. And then finally, we have the bust of the week. TJ Hawkinson scored nearly 40 points last week and came out with 1.6 points this week. It's pretty disgusting. Bench warmer of the week, we got Michael Carter, 17.3 points. He honestly could have potentially helped Alex win if he had started him, but he was on the bench, unfortunately. And the player of the week, Josh Allen, 35 points, was amazing. He pretty much helped Evan barely edge out Jonah, so I guess we're happy about that. I don't really care if Jonah loses, but I feel like Evan winning is a nice little storyline. Anyways, let's get on to the matchups. I absolutely crushed Zach this week. I think this is the biggest blowout in league history. It was a 100-point blowout. Mahomes and Kelsey scored 63 points combined, and Zach's entire team scored 67 points. So that shows you how bad I annihilated his team. Moving on, we have Angel versus Robert. This is a upset this week. It was not the biggest upset. We'll get into that one later. But Angel somehow upset Robert, who was the former favorite to win the league. I think by this point we found out that Robert's entire team depends on how well his receivers do. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jalen Waddle combined for 11 points this week, and they're pretty much what sealed the bed for Robert. I don't think sealed the bed is a thing, but that's what I'm going to say. Anyways, moving on, kind of a mid matchup. We got Alejandro and Brian. Brian's team is finally looking like a real fantasy football team. It's nice to see his trades are finally working out for him. Kamara has finally arrived. He showed out. I think he had 23 points this week, so that was awesome for Brian. Alejandro put up a surprising amount of points. Probably could have beaten a good majority of other people in the league, but unfortunately he's up against Brian this week, and Brian takes a victory. Next up, we got Gabe and Armando. This game is the biggest upset of the week. Armando should not have won this game, but he did. TJ Hawkinson, again, he just completely shit the bed. Only 1 point this week. And Dameon Pierce is fucking Marshawn Lynch. The way he was running last game, Armando has a beast running back core. And Gabe's team just underperformed this week, and we got to see an upset like this. Moving on, we have Alex versus Peter. This game was pretty depressing. Alex nearly had a comeback against Peter. Even with Darren Waller being as bad as he is for Alex, we still almost got to see someone finally beat Peter, but unfortunately we did not. Peter is 5-0 still, and we're all pretty sad about that. And then we have the final matchup of the week, Evan versus Jonah. It's a very close win, only by 4 points. Evan pulls out. Evan just has a good team, and he doesn't try, which makes it really good, because if he did try, it would be even better. He starts Devin Singletary every week. He has J.K. Dobbins on his bench, who isn't much better, but he's still, better than that. It'd be scary to see Evan make the playoffs and actually care about his team, because we might all be in trouble for that. But Jonah continues to lose. I don't know how he does it, but he does. Evan still won the game, despite having a T. Higgins goose egg on his team, which does kind of soften the blow of barely winning by 4 points, but it's good that he won still. All right, moving on. I'm the best team this week. This is unbiased. I scored the most points.
It's biased as shit.
It's not biased. I scored the most points. That's what it goes by every week. It's by who scores the most points. And I statistically and numerically scored the most points. And because I scored so many points, I beat my opponent. And because I beat my opponent, that gave me a win, which puts me at 3-2 on the season. The worst team of the week is the same team it's been for the past 2 weeks. It is Zachary Bauer. Disgusting performance. It's sickening. 67 points. Again, lowest of the week. He continues to lose, and he's 1-4 now. How he has that one win, I don't know. How he beat Robert, we'll never know. We'll never understand that. But he did. So he has 1 win. He'll finish the season 1-13. But he just simply has one of the worst teams I've ever seen constructed. And he made it even worse by trading away Jonathan Taylor. But that's a choice he chose to make. Anyways, finally, we have the power rankings of the week. They have moved up and down over the week. Besides Zach, he stayed at 12 because he sucks so much ass. But the new top 3 is Evan, Peter, and me. Now, you might be thinking, Jackson, that's so biased. How did you move up 6 spots when the next closest person that moved up was 3 points? Three spots. Well, that's because I dominated this week. Travis Kelce just went out and did what he does, and my team only got better. So I expect to see great things from this team. I expect my team to crawl all the way up to number 1, but as of right now, we're sitting at 3. You can't tell me the Angels team is better than mine. You can't tell me Gabe's is better than mine, and you can't tell me Roberts is better than mine. After this week, you cannot tell me that. Evan and Peter are better than me. Peter will not be there for very long. When he faces real teams, he will lose. He's also going to lose against me, even though his team might be better. He's still going to lose to me. Evan is in first place because he is doing all of this without even changing his lineup. I don't know how he's doing it, but he is, and it's scary that he's doing so well without even trying. So there is your recap for the week. Brian is now going to absolutely butcher his predictions, and we will all get to laugh at him. Thank you, Jake Paulers, and goodbye.
Hey, motherfuckers, this is on my phone because I don't feel like not trying out the Philly games. So, I went 5-1 because fuck all of you, all my doubters, all my haters. I know what I'm talking about. I said I would be at 3-3. I underestimated myself. I know what I'm doing. Next week's gonna be 6-0. That's all I wanted to say. Bye, guys. Hey, motherfuckers. I would have an update on what my record is. I think I at least went 500. Jackson usually does the math, and Jackson has not done the math for me yet. And so I don't know what I did. Just know I did better, or just as good, if not better, than last week, because I know what I'm talking about. So to get this started, sorry, it is loading. We have Bryce. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I thought I was gonna home run. Go Phillies. Okay, first we have Robert versus Armando. Somehow, some way, they both have the same record. I don't know how. Robert's team seems to be a lot better, but if his receivers aren't there, Robert's team is not that good. This week, he is starting Lazard, Waddle, Andrews, and Samuel, which has worked from the start of the year, but now it's seemed to really regress. So I guess we'll see how this continues. Armando somehow has 2 wins. I don't really know how. He starts Geno Smith at quarterback, which could be solid for him, actually. His running back is Benjamin. Armando has potential. It's just the potential never pan out. So even though Robert's team does look like a lot worse than what it started as, I'm going to give Robert the win in here to just hopefully for him start a consistent trend of winning again. Second match of the week, we had the battle of complete fucking garbage. Alejandro versus Zach. I don't know who to pick here. It's Zach traded away his best player for candy, essentially. One has Matt Stafford at quarterback. He traded his best player for Matt Stafford. I don't know. They're both awful. I mean, there's just like if I could pick both of them to lose, I would. I guess I'll give the win to Alejandro because Zach's team is just that bad. But either one, they'll probably both lose. Let's be honest with ourselves here. And then we have Scabe versus Peter. You know, this year I've slandered Gabe a lot. You know, and maybe it's not always deserved, but you know, right now, he has Jared Goff on a bye. Hopefully, I'm hoping Gabe replaces him soon. His backup quarterback doesn't currently have one. So Gabe's team, Mixon, McCaffrey, Gabe Davis has his weeks. Not a Gabe started him, he'll probably do terrible. Kyle Pitts, I traded him away to Gabe. Knowing him now, he'll go off for like 40, which I hope he does, because you know I need him to beat Peter. AJ Dillon, Brandon Madison, Peter's team, I don't know how he does it. He starts Jimmy G at quarterback. His running back 1 is Austin Eckler. His running back 2 is Kareem Hunt. He got Dallas Goedert because Alejandro doesn't have a brain in his head that knows what football is. You know, I think I'm gonna go with Peter's gonna win. Sorry, Gabe. You're not going to win. One of these weeks I'll pick you to win. Just this week is not the one. Then we have Jackson versus Jonah. Jonah looks screwed. Jonah is projected to score 86 points. Jonah's team is 1-4. I don't know how. He's just struggled this year. He has had bad matchups. I mean, Jonah's team isn't that good. Aside from Mike Williams and Tyreek Hill, and his team's just average. I mean, it's Gesicki, Hardman, Kirk Cousins, Kenneth Walker. I mean, Jonah's team just really isn't that good. Jackson's team is better. He thinks it's better than it actually is. Why anyone trades with him? Like Zach? Why Zach would give him Jonathan Taylor? I don't know. I did never understand that part. But I guess good for him. Jackson's gonna win, but fuck Jackson. But fuck Peter first. And then we have Alex versus Evan. Evan is somehow 4-1. He hasn't made. I don't think he's changed his lineup since the day he said it. He didn't draft the team. He just got randomly given these players, and he's managed to win. I mean, Christian Kirk's been well for him. Justin Jefferson's been well for him. Saquon Barkley's been amazing for him. Josh Allen's been amazing. You know, Irv Smith's made it work. He's starting Taysom Hill again, which he probably shouldn't do. Taysom Hill only has over one good week. He only has one good week in a row, never two. He never puts in J.K. Dobbins. He's going to ride with Singletary the rest of the season, it looks. Which means if it works for him, he's 4-1. He keeps going. Alex looks strong, but now Alex seems to be regressing. He also doesn't have a tight end at the moment, so and a kicker or a defense. So I guess we'll see when he makes these changes. But right now, at the moment, I'm going to go with Evan because Evan's team just looks strong and looks like he's going to continue this. And then this week we have me versus Angel. I'm terrified. Angels seems to have a random week every few weeks. He just scores 150. And I just feel like it's going to be against me this week. I don't know why. I just have that feeling. But my team is a bunch of fucking dogs. So, you know, I ain't worried about no fucking Angel. You know, I said I was worried? I was lying. Because guess what? We have Hurts. We have Kamara. Stevenson's turned into him. We have Cooper Kupp. Evan Ingram. He's probably dropping a pass, actually, not going to lie. But we have Tyler Lockett. We have Matthew Gay. The Broncos defense. We are ready. Angel's team can't handle us. You know, another victory for Brian to hopefully, you know, catapult myself into a winning streak for going into the playoffs. Other than that, thanks for watching, y'all. Love you guys. Fuck you, Peter.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to take a different approach to this week. You know, I'm very thankful for being 5-0. And it's a really humbling experience, you know. And I'm just, genuinely so thankful that I'm 5-0. Psych!